This episode, guys, will be pretty exciting. Well, at least exciting for me. First of all, I'm filming on my Panasonic G9 and I'm using what is the fastest or one of the fastest Micro Four Thirds lenses ever made for autofocus with the autofocus feature basically. This is the Panasonic Leica DG Nocticron 42.5 millimeters f1.2 power OIS lens. Absolutely exciting. This is probably one of the fastest aperture lenses on autofocus that you can buy on the market, and f1.2, which is absolutely ridiculous. So how does this image look? I will be doing a review on this lens upcoming just to see how good this lens is. I got it rented for a week, so I got some time to play around with it, and if I really like it, I'm gonna probably buy this lens as well. Probably cost maybe about 1,200 to 1,300 US for this 42.5 millimeters f1.2 lens. So that's the first thing. Look up for the upcoming videos. Panasonic G9 with this 42.5 millimeters f1.2 Panasonic Leica DG Nocticron lens. And back to today's video will be about a camera which I've never used before, never even touched or handled one of these before. Check this out, guys. Look how big this camera, look at the size in comparison to my head. This, guys, is the Fujifilm GFX 50R, and this is a medium format camera. And what we're gonna do today is try to mount this behemoth of a mirrorless camera onto the DJI Ronin SE. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna balance, but we're gonna try it out anyway. This isn't a really heavy setup. First of all, let me give you an introduction to this Fujifilm GFX 50R. This was launched in 2018 November, and it is a 51.4 medium format camera. So for you guys who don't know what a medium format camera, basically you have the Micro Four Thirds, which is like the Panasonic G9 I'm filming on. Then you have the more popular APS-Cs like the Canon APS-Cs, the Canon 80D, the Canon 90 and stuff, and the Sony a6500. Those are all APS-C cameras. And then we have the full frame, so smallest sensor. APS-Cs are the medium sensor size, and then the large sensors will be the full frames, which is like your Sony a7 III, your Canon EOS R, Canon EOS RP and stuff. And then even bigger than the full frame sensors would come next is the medium format sensors. And these medium format cameras are really expensive. This is actually the cheapest available, to what I know, medium format camera in the market. This body itself costs about 4,500 US, and the lens is costing another 2,200 US. So this package right here actually comes up to about 6,700 US or something like that. So like I said, 51.4 megapixels. I'll show you a comparison in size right now between another two familiar cameras that I have, so that you can judge the size or gauge the size on your own. Side by side, here is the Canon EOS RP and the Nikon Z50. So you can check out the sizes between, the difference in size between these two cameras. You can see a lot of difference in size. And then right now I'm going to show you the sensor size of a medium format camera against a full frame camera against an APS-C, which is obviously the Nikon Z50. So get a load of that. Look at the difference in size. So bigger sensor sizes normally mean more light can go in, so you get better quality pictures or better lighting conditions, even if you're shooting in the dark and stuff like that in low light conditions. Bigger sensors normally mean more light enters your camera, and coupled with 51.4 megapixels to give you that extremely nice crisp image if you want to do advertisements and stuff, or giant posters and stuff. So this setup may be extremely big, but it's not as heavy as you think it is. The body alone over here is about 775 grams, and this 45 millimeters f2.8 GF lens weighs in at about 490 grams. So this may come up to about slightly below 1.3 kg. So it's not heavy. It will still fit the payload of the DJI Ronin SE, but the only thing it is the size of it that will be a huge problem. So besides that, what are we gonna do now? We're gonna take this giant Fujifilm GFX 50R and throw it on the DJI Ronin SC. So let's get straight to the video. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna use the one screw method. This one screw method actually is for mounting for really front heavy cameras or really heavy or bulky cameras. You can use this method. It's actually an official method which DJI also uses for their extremely heavy cameras such as the A7 III and stuff. Okay, so firstly I'm gonna take off the lens hood, and I've locked all the axes. Can it even fit? Can it even fit? My gosh. Okay, sliding it in. Yes, it does fit. Okay, so I'm gonna unlock the first axis and try to balance it out. Can it get at least one axis balanced? Oh, alright, so we got the first axis balanced, so that's good news. I'm gonna use the marker on the DJI Ronin SC. Gonna mark that in. One axis done, awesome. So can it clear? Oh, it can. So hopefully we're gonna do this axis right now. Wow, okay. That is probably because this is a range finder mirrorless camera, so you don't have like the flashlight or that hot shoe mount, you know, sticking out of the top and blocking it. So the top of the camera, as you can see, is nice and flat. There's no protruding stuff, really nice. So that EVF is actually on the side of the camera as you saw just now, so there's nothing in the way. I'm pretty surprised that this can balance. So we got two axes done. Wow, okay. So yes, this might be a small issue with the left to right balance on the tilt axis. I have already pushed it all the way to the end. As you can see over here, it's actually touching, almost touching. So this is the maximum I can go, guys. I can't go any further than that. The only thing that I can think of is to probably put a weight, a counterweight, to make this side a little bit heavier. Okay, basically the reason why I know if the battery of this camera is pretty big and it's on the left hand side of the camera, the battery is over here. If the battery was on the right side, then this would be able to balance. So I'm going to prove that. I'm going to actually remove the battery. And there you have it. You can see without the battery, it actually tilts to the right. But with this giant battery over here, that is what is the issue. That is for another time. But it's not too bad if you look at it right now. It's actually not too bad, so pretty good. I hope you can see this. It's only slightly leaning to the left. So I still do think that this will work. And so we move on to the last axis. So we got two axes done. Oh my god, this is actually the Weeble way, Weeble S way, or the Chiyin way of balancing. Okay, that should do. Oh, I see my hand shivering right there. So we are all done. And I am honestly really surprised, guys. Look at the size of this. So it can clear, and it's so much space over here, it can clear because the rangefinder is on the left hand side. Most cameras, the rangefinder, and you got a flash on top of the camera, so that usually blocks the tilt axis. And another thing is probably the body and the lens is a really good size. It's not too front heavy. It's only about 490 grams and the body is 775 grams. So it's really good weight distribution. Just trying to figure out if this camera can is able to use the cable. I mean, this is a mirrorless camera, so can this mirrorless camera connect with the Ronin SC? So that is another thing. I'm gonna grab out a cable. So for some strange reason, because for this camera you don't have a dedicated switch to go into video mode, you need to click the drive button. But once the Ronin SE is connected, you can't click any of the buttons. It doesn't work. The good news is that, so since I can't hit the drive button to go into video mode, I can't shoot video, but look at what happens. When I press and hold it, it still takes a photograph. Yep, so basically guys, it was a shot in the dark. It doesn't work. No connectivity between the Ronin SC and the GFX 50R. What a bummer, but at least we know it takes photographs. Alright, so got the motor parameters and we're gonna do the auto tune right now. And then since this is able to work, I'm gonna do some test footage. 1080p, 30 frames per second. Better than nothing, but we're gonna see how it looks like. I'm pretty interested to know what this medium format camera kind of video we can put out. So auto tuning is done, guys. So we're gonna take it out right now and test out some footage. So let's go. All right, so are we in focus? So yep, wow, look at the bokeh, the depth of field on this f1.2 Panasonic lens. I'm sorry, okay, getting back to the camera. So this is already starting to record, and the footage on this camera actually looks really, really nice. Super nice looking on my LCD screen. So we're gonna test it out right now, so let's go. Fujifilm GFX 50R. Looks good, no noisy motors and stuff. So we're gonna do a running shot just for fun. Yep, all looks good. Last thing that we're gonna do, I hope I'm not regretting this, 360 barrel roll. Oh, there we have it. I don't know why the settings didn't work on a 360 barrel roll. Ah, there you go. Ta-da! Yep, guys, it works. It works. Alright guys, so that was it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Fujifilm GFX 50R medium format camera, 1.3 kgs around there, is a successful setup on the DJI Ronin SE. So upcoming videos, like I said, a review on this lens that I'm using right now, the Panasonic Leica DJI Nocticron 42.5mm f1.2 lens, and a review on this medium format camera. So see you in the next video, guys. Peace.